Hernandez Govan just missed court in his high-profiling state-stalking charge.
Acquitted in the high-profile murder case of Memphis rapper Young Dolph was expected in court today. Thanks for joining us for the news at 4:30. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm April Thompson. Hernandez Govan was arrested last week on stalking and harassment charges. Braille Brown set in court today and has more on why Govan did not appear.
Hernandez Govan did not appear in court today due to being held in federal custody, but your news leader did learn that he will appear in court on June 18th.
Count 1. We, the jury, found the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 1 of the indictment. Not guilty in count 2.
Less than a year after Hernandez Govan was found not guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy charges in the death of Memphis rapper Young Dolph, the 47-year-old is back on the Shelby County court docket after being arrested last Thursday for allegedly stalking and harassing a former girlfriend. Court documents your news leader obtained revealed Govan's former girlfriend told investigators he made threatening phone calls and sent text messages, including threats to have someone shoot up her home. She also accused him of threatening to post explicit videos of her on social media. The misdemeanor charges led to his bond being set at $4,000, which he told the judge he'd be able to pay. Today's court appearance was supposed to give us our first look at how prosecutors plan to move forward with the new case, as your news leader expected to see Govan appear before the judge. We learned he remains in federal custody at this time and will appear before the judge on Thursday. At this time, we do not yet have word on who will represent Govan in court, but as soon as we find out, we'll bring that information to you.
Of course, your news leader will be right there in the courtroom, and we'll keep you updated both on air and online. Reporting for your news leader, Braille Brown, WREG News Channel 3.
A very important message from our sponsor, Cloak. Most people who sign up for these kind of services only do it to get rid of those calls. Well, Cloak will keep on doing that, getting rid of the spam calls, but I want to take y'all to the personal right there. They dared me to put my freaking number into it. They said, Nash, we only want to sign up if you're going to sign up with us. I'm already a member because they're showing you all of my information from my goddamn dad's name, my mama's name, to my freaking social security number. See, what happens is billions are made from your personal information. This is how we stop people from stealing our stuff. This is how you fight back, by getting signed up with Cloak today. And the reason why you need to do it, not because they're going to give you 30% off, but because you need to. This is important for your personal information. A lot of us sign up for new things every single day. And Cloak, they're going to continue the fight from day and from night. Get Cloak today, get 30% off. You can hit that QR code or you can tap the link in the description. Get Cloak today, man. Thank me later. Well, y'all see what happened. And here's the issue with all of this stuff. You would think that the state and the mother flipping feds were in conjunction. They're not. The feds just decided they wanted to pick up this case because typically what we've seen, not that this is always common practice, because obviously this is a shining example of why it's not common practice. What happens is that the state decides to drop the charges, then the feds come up and pick up the charges. But the feds have a different set of charges, and the state has a different set of charges. It's like the All-Star JR situation. He's facing the super massive assault charge in the state, and then he has the felon in possession charge in the freaking feds. Well, not only did that happen, but today, this morning, the feds decided to say, you know what? It looked like Hernandez Govan ain't liking what we sitting up here presenting to him. Like, we want to sit him down for about 2 to 3 years. Nah, the feds said, oh, y'all want to go to trial? Well, let us do something. Put a gag order on all of this. Roll it. United States of America versus Hernandez Govan. Order granted motion for protective order. Pursuant to Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 16D, the government seeks a protective order to ensure the confidentiality of personal identifying information included in the government's evidence of this case. Defendant does not oppose the motion, of course. The court finds the motion well taken and is granted. Therefore, it is ordered that the materials provided in discovery will be for the sole use of defense counsel in the defense counsel staff, investigators, and experts in preparing for the defense of the case and shall not be copied, reproduced, or otherwise disseminated to third parties. It is further ordered that counsel for a defendant shall not disseminate to anyone other than their office staff the discovery material that contains sensitive personal and business information, e.g. address, phone number, driver's license number, identification card number, social security or passport number, birth date, bank account numbers, other than the individual's name, without first filing a motion with the court requesting permission to make such disclosure and explaining why such disclosure is necessary to prepare for trial. And he goes on to say, it is further ordered that no person or entity authorized to have access to materials under the terms of this order shall input, transmit, upload, process, generate, output, form, or otherwise expose any materials received pursuant to this protective order to any artificial intelligence. Meaning, y'all can't put this in Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, or none of that crap without prior written notice to and corresponding receipt of acknowledgement from the government AI tool. Means any automated system that uses statistical modeling, machine learning, or similar techniques to process inputs and generate outputs, recommendations, or predictions, including but not limited to large language models, generative AI services, or AI-based software tools, whether cloud-based or otherwise. When providing written notice for the otherwise prohibited use of an AI tool, defense counsel must specifically identify and describe any AI tool to be used and certify that it does not, 1, retain or use any materials for model training, nor 2, expose any materials to third parties not authorized under this protective order to receive such materials. In addition, defense counsel must certify that 1, defense counsel has implemented reasonable measures to ensure that any AI tool used will maintain the confidentiality of any materials, and 2, defense counsel will ensure the deletion of all materials from the tool at the conclusion of this case. Defense counsel will be responsible for destroying such information at that time. Under no circumstances will any member of the defense team submit materials to publicly accessible AI system that retains and uses submitted data to train models. Such AI tools pose unique risks to the security and integrity of models, given the practical inability to call back or delete data once it has been incorporated into a model. It is further ordered that the defense team may review unredacted discovery in defendant's presence. However, defendant shall not retain a copy of such materials or make any notes with respect to personal identifying information. It is further ordered that defendant may possess records/data containing his own personal identifying information, so long as the records/data do not contain sensitive personal and business information of others, unless that information has been redacted. It is so ordered this 6th day of July, 2026, Marquez Norris, United States District Judge. So now that we know that the feds and the state aren't in conjunction, now that we know that the feds are basically saying, let's get ready to go to trial, the number one question that we all should have is, what would push this man of 47 years old to say, I'm finna wild out and say some wild ass, ignorant ass shit to this lady? And I'm going to be fair, square, obvious, and honest. I don't know. I'm only assuming. I ain't talked to nobody about this. But normally, to me, this right here doesn't amount to a freaking Fed charge. What was supposed to happen, in my opinion, was, hey, he was going to get probation for hella years. You know what I'm saying? Probably 3-4 years, 5 at max, and then told, don't ever hit this woman up again. Stay the hell away from her. If you see her walk around a corner, boy, she better see asshole and elbows. You see what I'm saying? Running away for those who want to be like, oh, whoa, what does that mean? I don't know how that slang is in y'all cities, but in Cali, you know what I mean? In California, that's how we say it, you know. But the feds made him miss his damn court date. The feds got him locked up. He has a couple of attorneys, and we're going to see how this goes. What I believe is going to happen more than likely, if they can prove it, is this was nothing but some bickering back and forth. But to be fair, and if I'm one of you guys in the comment section, because there are some people who go, nah, we don't believe that, I'm going like this. Well, Nash, if that's true, and this is just me being, you know, counterproductive and counterintuitive and basically saying, hell nah. If that's true, Why did the feds in the state feel a need to arrest him for these words? If she says something to him, right, then what? And I would simply say, more than likely, not saying this is true, but more than likely, hey, what she said before wasn't even addressed, because the shit that he did is unacceptable. I don't give a shit. I'm cool with him, but I tell him straight, bruh, that's unacceptable. One, you too old. Two, bruh, why couldn't you get the damn shit? And three, this is messing up your business. It's going to be hard for people to want to associate their platforms to somebody who said they would do harm to a woman in the house that basically has her child in there and all that. Now, he was saying, if I'm him, I would say this, well, she taking food out of my child's mouth, so, hey, it is what it is. Got it. But when you're a man, it's a different set of standards. When it's a woman, it's a different set of standards. Women have some good standards. Men have some good standards. We have battle of the sexes, and basically what's cool for women ain't cool for men. What's cool for men ain't cool for women. It just is what it is. It's the society in which we live. But what I would say is this to you all. If he beats these charges, he still got to freaking face the state charges. And that's why I believe that they are not in conjunction. What happened with his arrest, the state didn't even know that his ass was being arrested. The feds just snatched him on their own. They didn't get in conjunction with the state, with the local PDs and the local sheriffs and all that shit. They didn't do any of that. The feds just got him on their own. So now I'm wondering why. Because this shit don't amount to that. But hey, y'all know, the state is only giving him 1 year, 2 years at backs. The feds is like 4 to 5. And he has points already. So we'll see how it go, man. When you put yourself in a situation, you got to see yourself out. Can't nobody do nothing for you. And we'll see what the evidence goes. But y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one. Do y'all think that this is the state in the feds basically saying we want our bits at them because of the young Dolph shit? Or do y'all think that the feds basically saying all this shit you said about this Pusheisty shit, we finna get on your ass because you over here making it harder out here for a pimp? Tell me that shit fell out your pocket, skinny man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Lil Wayne selling out 16,000 plus mother flipping concerts, which means he's making roughly between 1.5 mil to 1.8 million per show. See how he decides he wants to show up late, and people ain't feeling that shit. Click right here for that video, or click right here for the playlist to get you through your day. I will catch y'all in the next one. We back on full schedule now.